saying in business that if you fail to prepare, be prepared to fail. And that really is the story behind this piece of history here behind me at the moment. I'm in Hankley Common on the Hampshire and Surrey borders, and it's a location that's used by the MOD for training of soldiers. And this specific location I'm in today is what's called the Atlantic Wall. Now, this Atlantic Wall was used to train soldiers on the run-up to the D-Day invasions, and it was their preparation to train on munitions, train on explosives and bits and pieces like that. It's just another hidden gem in Surrey that so many of us take for granted, know very little about. There's a little plaque here, we'll just read it. It says, "The Atlantic Wall was built in 1943 during the Second World War by Canadian troops as a replica of the German Atlantic anti-tank defences on the northern French coast. It was constructed of concrete, steel rods and wire, and prior to the D-Day landings, the wall was used as a major training aid to develop and practice techniques to breach that wall with explosives." Just look at the wall here behind me. The wall was in two sections connected by heavy steel gates, and these were sections of dragons, and there were sections of dragon's teeth and upended steel rails on either side. Over the years, this wall has become colonised by alkaline-loving lichens, mosses, ferns and other plants, because the concrete provides the lime-based substrate that these species require and which are found nowhere else in the local area. They present an unusual range of plants to be found in the expanse of acid heathland. The preservation of this wall is managed by the Army Training Defence Estates. And there's so many other little bits in the local area. Rather aptly here though, I just don't know if you can see this, tucked away behind a piece of rebar, there's a poppy in its holder. We're going to have a quick look around a few more of the bits of this wall, and we'll show you what else was in this area. There's quite a few anti-tank fortifications. When you consider that obviously 1943, most of what's here, I'm just going to spin the camera around so you can see, most of what's here is in a fairly substantial condition still. Thought it was kind of appropriate to spin the camera around. There's another poppy tucked away here. The curling metal iron of rebar tucked away under this ledge. Another two poppies to remember fallen soldiers. But if we look down here, most of this concrete is still in a reasonably good condition. It's amazing how nature starts to take some parts of it back, but the significance of this piece of training equipment tucked away in the middle of a beautiful woodland and heathland really is amazing. Here in front of me are a set of what's called dragon's teeth, concrete blocks that we use as anti-tank defences. And if you see just past the fence line in the distance, the furthest blocks, we've got a beautiful red deer that's tucked behind a tree in front of us. I'm hoping that it will run. It's straight in front of us at the moment. I'm stood in the forest at the moment, and just behind me you'll see here a set of what they call dragon's teeth. These are concrete blocks with rebar inside them, which were used as anti-tank defences. Just in the wood and trees behind me there, we've got a beautiful red deer at the moment. A good half an hour exploring around the Atlantic Wall here at Hankley Common, and it kind of struck me that, you know, as you start to get a bit older in life, you start to appreciate the things a little bit more. Yeah, I'm 37, and you kind of contemplate sometimes that you're almost midlife. You know, your life expectancy could be your mid-70s, your early 80s. And then it struck me, this Atlantic Wall was built for the D-Day invasions. And I'm 37. And quite a few of the guys and girls that fought in the Second World War would have been lucky to make that age. It's quite thought-provoking. I'm going to finish my walk here at Hankley Common today and hopefully see the red deer again that's graced the woodland for the last half an hour or so while I've been exploring. But I really do recommend you bring the children down and show them some of the real history that surrounds us, that's the battles that have been fought for our freedoms today, because this makes it all that much realer to all of us. I'm Jamie Morgan from Hound Dog Photography.